Hello everyone, my name is Leanne, and today I'll be guiding you through a quick yoga flow that will be focused on loosening your hips, loosening your hamstrings. And before we get started, feel free to have 2 blocks by your mat. If you don't have blocks, go ahead and grab for books or something sturdy like blocks, and also grab for a strap. If you don't have a strap, you can use like a long sleeve t-shirt, a scarf. And if you do have the strap, go ahead and take the front of the strap, wrap it through the buckles, both buckles, and then wrap the strap around one buckle and thread it underneath the bottom. So you're hooking up the strap together in this circular shape. So once you have your strap ready, we'll meet in a downward facing dog. Place your hands down onto the mat and lift your hips up to the ceiling. Feet are hip width distance. Sit bones press up as the chest goes back towards the thighs. Have a soft bend in your knees and lift and lower one heel at a time. And so we'll do this to start to warm up your hamstrings and your calves. So move in a way that feels nice to you. Let it be intuitive. And now we'll meet back in stillness in your downward facing dog. Make sure your gaze is back between your knees so your neck is released. And push into your pointer fingers. Take a big inhale in. And exhale out. Shift your gaze forward between your thumbs, rise high onto your tippy toes, and tippy toe your feet to your hands at the top of your mat. Bend the knees as needed, and grab for opposite elbows once you're at the top for a ragdoll pose. Look back between your legs as the neck releases. Option to add a sway from side to side. And of course, the knees are bent since we're early on still, and we're focusing more on the length of your spine versus how close you can reach your hands to the mats. And now release your arms down. Tuck your chin into your chest, roll up to stand, one vertebra at a time. Let the spine stack. Wrap your shoulders up to your ears and back. Face your palms forward. And inhale your arms up to the ceiling. Chair pose. Sit your hips back on your exhale. Weight is in your heels. Lift all 10 toes off your mat to confirm that. And reach your arms nice and high. They can be shoulders width or even a little bit further if your shoulders feel a little tight. Rise to stand with your left knee to your chest. So you'll find some balance here. Push into your right big toe as the middle fingers reach up. And step back into a high lunge. Left foot goes all the way back. Find your balance. Push into your right big toe as your right knee bends. Now bring your hands towards your lower back. I want you to make sure the tailbone is slightly tucked. You can even place your palm and feel the lower back here. Make sure everything is lengthened and there's no scrunching, nothing feels weird. Arms reach all the way high to the ceiling. And exhale into your warrior 2. Left knee bends, or left leg lengthens, and the right knee is bent. Right knee. Look forward. Flip your right palm up and reverse your warrior. Reach up and back through your right arm. This will add in a little side body stretch. And cartwheel your hands down to the mat. Frame your right foot and lower the left knee all the way down. Reach your arms up to the ceiling. And on your exhale, think of melting the left hip forward, navel lifts. So the focus right now is up through your left hip flexor. So you may feel an intense stretch in the front of your left hip. You may feel it elsewhere. Could be in your right inner thigh, it could be in your outer hips. And allow those sensations to be without judgment. And make sure the rib cage is knit in, so there's no flaring open. We're closing in and really isolating the stretch to your left hip flexor. And exhale into a half split. Start to pull the hips back as the right leg lengthens. From here, you can grab your blocks. Blocks are optional, but if your spine is rounded as you're reaching the floor, take the blocks to give you height and pull the chest forward. Right heel drags back. Flex the right toes towards the right shin if you'd like to deepen the stretch a little bit. An option to point and flex your right foot a few times. And breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth. Rebend into your right knee, set your blocks aside if you have them, hands down, and kick your right leg up into a three-legged dog. Bend your right knee, open up your hip. So think of pointing the right knee as high as you can to the ceiling and lift your left heel all the way away from the mat. So this will lengthen your left hamstring and open up your right hip. Start to make some knee circles in one direction and reverse the direction. Kick your right leg back up to the ceiling and tap your right knee to your right tricep. So bring the right knee forward, navel in, and step your right foot outside your right hand. So the difference is your right foot is widened out in a wider stance, and lower your left knee down. Lizard lunge. So from here, go ahead and grab your strap and place it around your body. Okay. So once the strap is wrapped around your body, take the front of the strap and place it like kind of right by the crease of your hip flexor and let the rest of the strap hang back. And reach your right arm back to the ceiling. So the left hand is down, right arm is back. From here, you can stay here. We'll slowly start to bend your left knee for a quad stretch. Think of shifting the weight above the left knee so you're not putting a lot of pressure on your kneecap. And take your strap, the back of your strap, and wrap it around your left foot. So you can make the strap tighter if you feel like there's a lot of space. So you can take the strap and pull it in towards your waistline as your left knee is bent for a quad stretch. Everyone's going to be different, so it might be very loose, it might be very tight, that's fine. But we're using the strap right now to help support our quad stretch. And you're still reaching the right arm back. Take an inhale in and an exhale out. And actually place your right hand on your right thigh. Breathe in again. Stay here for your exhale. Now take your right hand and take the strap off of your left foot to release your left foot down and remove the strap from your body. And place your right hand back down to the mat and lift your left knee away from the mat. Slowly step back into a downward facing dog. Right foot goes back. That will be a really big release on your left hip flexor, and pedal out your feet. Lift and lower your heels. Shift your gaze forward between your thumbs and walk your feet to your hands at the top of your mat. Forward fold, take your 2 pointer fingers and grab for your big toes. Knees can be bent and take a halfway lift. So think of scooping the chest forward, shoulders back, belly in, and on your exhale, fold nice and deep over your legs. Look between the legs so the neck is long. Belly and thighs compress. Breathe in through your nose and exhale through your mouth. Release your two big toes and roll up to stand. Shoulders are nice and heavy, followed by the neck. Come up to the top as you stack and reach your arms up on your inhale. Chair pose, sink your hips back again through the exhale. Rise up this time with your right knee to your chest. Inhale, right knee hovers. High lunge pose, kick the right leg back and gently step back. Left knee is bent. And there's a slight tuck of the glutes down to protect your lower back. So this pose is starting to open up the front of your right hip flexor. Inhale, reach up through your arms. Warrior two on your exhale, spin the right heel down. Left knee bends, hips are open, so the left inner thigh is opening here as you look past your left middle finger. Flip your left palm up and reach your left arm up and back for a reverse warrior. You'll lengthen through your left side so the left fingertips point back and left knee stays bent. Notice if it's trying to unbend. Cartwheel your hands down to the mat. So hands lower, right knee drops down. So hands are framing the left foot right now. And on your inhale, reach your arms back up to the ceiling. And on your exhale, think of melting the right hip forward as we stretch the front of your right hip. Now from here, we want to make sure everything is nice and squared. So take your hands to your hips and think of wrapping the left hip back. So take your hands and pull into the left inner thigh crease and kind of wrap the left hip back. Take the back of your right thumb and think of melting the right hip forward. So it's kind of a self-assist. Lower belly pulls in, arms reach up, and breathe. Half split on your next exhale. Hands can come down to the floor or blocks. Pull the hips back as the left leg lengthens. Option to flex the left toes towards your left shin bone. When we flex the left foot, it activates kind of a deeper hamstring stretch because it engages the muscles more. And so option to point and flex a few times if you want some movement. Really focus on what your body is communicating to you. Understanding what that means. Good. Now, rebend your left knee. Set your blocks aside if you had them. Hands down. And lift your left leg up to the ceiling for your three-legged dog. Rise all the way up onto your right tippy toes. Bend your left knee, open up your hip by lifting the left knee up to the ceiling, and the left heel is coming towards the right glute, not necessarily touching, but it's just opening up the hip. Make some knee circles. Slow and controlled. And reverse your hip circles. Kick your left leg back up to the ceiling. So the left leg is nice and long. Left hip is squared down. And tap your left knee to your left tricep. Shoulders over the wrist. And step your left foot outside your left hand. If you need assistance, take your left hand and help pull your left foot forward. Right knee comes down. This time, the hands are inside the left foot and the left foot is outside the left hand. Take your strap again and place it in your left hand for now and reach your left arm behind you with your left strap. Stay or bend your right knee. From here, hook the strap around your right foot, and you can loosen it as needed so we can wrap it around our body again. Okay, so the strap is around the right ankle, and then you can take the strap, tighten it around your waistline so your right quad is getting stretched with the support of the strap. Take your left hand to your left thigh. You can gently press the left knee away from you. Look past the left shoulder and think of kicking the right foot into the strap. This will add a little activation to the muscles. 2 breaths here. Inhale in and an exhale out. Last inhale in and an exhale out. Now first, loosen your strap again, and then take it away from your left foot or right foot as you lower the right foot down and remove the strap off your body. Curl your right toes and lift your right knee off the mat. Step back into your downward facing dog to release your right hip and pedal out your feet. Whew. It's pretty intense. And drop your knees down to a tabletop. Arch your spine on your inhale, belly dips. And round your spine on your exhale. Come back to a neutral spine and take a seat. Thank you for joining me today. That was your quick flow to open up the hips and hamstrings. I hope you're feeling nice and open. And if you liked this video, make sure to click the like button below and subscribe to my channel so you're always in the knowing of when new videos come out. Thank you and have a great day. Namaste.